because black people are dead. Black people have got no dignity. Black people have got no human rights. Black people cannot determine their own destination. They are waiting on the white supremacists to tell them which direction to take.
These are the words of Julius Malema, leader of the economic freedom fighters in South Africa. Words uttered after videos of him chanting "Kill the Boer" were played on a global stage, reaching the Oval Office. And in the wake of international condemnation, Malema doubles down, not with an apology, but with a justification. A justification that, when you truly unpack it, reveals a stunning level of intellectual bankruptcy and a deeply disturbing vision for the future. Malema argues that black people lack dignity, human rights, and self-determination. And his proposed remedy for this profound historical injustice, this systemic oppression. Chanting "Kill the Boer." Let's be clear, we're talking about a song that, regardless of its historical origins or Malema's reinterpretation, calls for the killing of a specific ethnic group. And he posits that this will somehow bestow dignity upon an entire populace. This isn't just ridiculous, it's an insult to the intelligence of every black person striving for a better life. Does dignity truly flow from the barrel of a hateful chant? Does self-determination suddenly materialize when you sing about ending another's life? The idea is so utterly devoid of logic, so divorced from the reality of what builds a thriving, empowered society, that it's almost comical if the implications weren't so serious. Throughout history, dignity has been earned through struggle, through resilience, through acts of courage, innovation, and unwavering commitment to justice. It's forged in education, in economic independence, in artistic expression, in building strong communities, and in holding power accountable through democratic means. It is never, and has never been, achieved through the incitement of violence or the dehumanization of others. To suggest otherwise is to fundamentally misunderstand the very essence of human dignity. It reduces the complex journey of liberation to a barbaric war cry. But the ridiculousness doesn't stop there. Malema's justification for the chant, his entire vision of revolution and economic emancipation, appears to be stuck in a disturbingly juvenile loop. When you listen to his speeches, when you examine the EFF's approach, what often emerges is a strategy that seems to begin and end with inflammatory rhetoric and symbolic gestures. Where are the detailed policy proposals for land reform that don't involve simply seizing property? Where are the concrete plans for job creation that go beyond nationalization slogans? What about the strategies for improving education, healthcare, and infrastructure, the foundational pillars of true economic emancipation? When pressed, the answers often default to more abstract calls for radical economic transformation, or even more concerningly, just more chanting. A true revolution, a meaningful fight for economic emancipation, is not a sing-along. It's not a performance for the cameras. It's a grueling, complex, and often thankless task of building. It involves rigorous policy development, investment and job creation, education reform, infrastructure development, and combating corruption. These are not easy tasks. They don't generate instant headlines or viral videos. They require dedication, expertise, collaboration, and a willingness to engage in the messy, often frustrating work of governance. But they are the only path to genuine economic emancipation and lasting dignity. Malema's revolution feels less like a serious political movement and more like a permanent protest rally. It's a strategy that thrives on perpetual outrage, on identifying an enemy and then mobilizing sentiment against them, rather than proposing viable pathways forward. This focus on symbolic, often destructive, actions risks trapping a nation in an endless cycle of blame and division, diverting attention from the real work that needs to be done. True leadership in the 21st century demands more than just grandstanding and provocative songs. It requires intellectual rigor, strategic foresight, and an unwavering commitment to unity and constructive action. It demands a vision for a future where dignity is inherent to every individual, not granted by the oppression of another. The idea that chanting "Kill the Boer" will somehow uplift black people is not just ridiculous, it's a dangerous delusion. It undermines the very real and legitimate struggles for justice, and it offers a simplistic, destructive answer to complex historical wounds. It's time to demand more from our leaders. It's time to recognize that true dignity and liberation are built with hands, minds, and hearts united in purpose, not with voices shouting hateful chants into the void. What do you think? Is this a path to dignity, or a diversion from the real work ahead? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this analysis insightful, please like, share, and subscribe.